What's up everybody? Thank you for tuning into my vlog about spilling the beans on speed dating. So actually a lot of people has been hitting me up, asking me questions about my whole speed dating experience, and to be honest with everybody, I was kind of hesitant to share my experience about speed dating only because yeah, you know, I haven't been dating for a while, but I wanted to put myself out there and start dating again because I feel like it's that time. I don't want to say settle down, but it's that time to take that one more step to settling down. So earlier this month, I attended a speed dating event, and to be honest for everybody, I sat in my car for about 15 minutes and I was just thinking in my head like, am I gonna do it? Am I not gonna do it? And they're lucky I had to pay $30 to attend this event because that's what actually pushed me to do it. And so I walk into this event, it was at a winery, and it was just weird. I don't want to say weird, but I guess it was different. It was very different for me. It definitely pulled me out of my comfort zone. And so I walk into this venue and I sit down. They ask for your name, they give you a number, you write your name down, and you just wait for a little bit. You have a glass of wine, and then they take you into this separate room. In this separate room, there was probably about maybe like 8 to 10 people, so couples. So 8 to 10 girls, 8 to 10 guys. And basically, if you don't know or you've never done speed dating, one piece of paper and you number about 1 to 10, and you basically take notes on the person that you're meeting with. So for example, I sat down with one girl, her number was number 1, my number was number 1. We sat down, we chatted. You have 7 minutes to have a conversation with somebody. So the 7 minutes can be, oh my goodness, the 7 minutes is up, ding, the bell rings, and you move on, or it's like the longest 7 minutes of your life. So you sit down on the sheet of paper, you take some notes, and basically what you do is you write down the numbers you feel like you make a connection to. So you're probably wondering, so Rolly, did you make a connection with anybody? Well, let me spill the beans. You ready? Okay, so I actually sat down with this one girl, and I think it went pretty well. You know, we asked a couple of questions, we exchanged answers, and I had such a great vibe to her. The feeling was so great. You know, she asked me, you know, how old are you? And like, that's like the number one thing people say, like, don't ask, right? So I told her my age, and she was actually shocked to know that I was that old. So I asked her what her age was, and she told me her age, and I was actually shocked that she was that old as well. So I think that's where we first connected, and it was a great connection, you know. So we hit it off, we had a great conversation, we had a lot in common actually. And next thing you know, what happens? The bell rang. That means my 7 minutes was up, and I had to move on to the next girl. So how it works is you just go to the next girl, and then 7 minutes starts all over again. When they say speed dating, everybody, they mean speed dating. Like, you literally go from one girl to another girl to another girl, 7 minutes on the dot, next and next, right? Well, there was also some that I feel like I didn't connect, you know, and I'm not rude or anything. I'm gonna have a conversation with everybody. So I already know off the bat, just the conversations that we're having, that I know I'm not interested, but I'm not gonna be so rude about it. You know, so when I say it could be the fastest 7 minutes or it could be the longest 7 minutes, there was definitely some long 7 minutes in this speed dating. You know, so I met one girl, you know, and we had a great conversation and we were hitting it off, but not hitting it off in terms of like a relationship. It was hitting it off like, you know, hey, this girl's pretty cool. I like to get to know her on a friendship level, and she felt that same connection with me. And it just so happened that she worked for a radio station here in Las Vegas, so that was actually pretty cool. You know, so out of this whole experience, you know, you can't just you're not only gonna meet maybe people that you want to fall in love with or a relationship with, but you can meet people that can be potential friends as well. You know, 7 minutes pass, ding, the bell rings, you go on to the next one. So let me tell you about my full experience about the speed dating, and then I'll get into the follow-up part of it. You know, I'm proud of myself. That's one, because I put myself out there. I took myself out of my comfort zone and I went for it, you know, and I had nothing to lose. That was the number one thing that I told myself in my car before I came in was, Rolly, you have nothing to lose, only to gain. And that's why I went for it, and I'm glad I did it because it just took me out of my comfort zone. It's something that I thought I would never do. It's stuff that you see on TV. It's stuff that you know, I actually questioned myself and like, man, you're like a loser. Like your life has come to speed dating, you know, but I pull back now and I have different perspective on speed dating, and I learned a lot about myself. I learned about my strength, my weakness. So now the follow-up. So what happens is you turn in your sheet of paper to the person that's running the event, and basically what they do is they'll email you if the other person makes a connection with you. So basically, if I had a connection with someone, I put down on my piece of paper, I had a connection with this person, and if that person said they had a connection with me, I will get that person's email address. So I actually only had, I was compatible with one person, and that was it. That was the only person I felt strongly about. I could feel like I can move forward maybe in getting to a relationship. So I was glad that I got an email and that person actually connected with me. So that was actually a positive side of it. You know, I was stoked about it, and we had conversations, and in this conversation was more of emails back and forth. I'm trying to word this without throwing someone under the bus. I'm trying to word this where it's more of like my experience versus dissing somebody. So if your person is watching, I want to apologize. I'm not gonna say your name or anything, but I don't want to throw you under the bus. But this is how it basically went, because everyone wants to know, and I'd rather share it this way so I don't have to repeat myself 50 times, and just everyone's on the same page of how my speed dating event went. Long story short, you know, we hit it off. We kind of set where we were gonna have a date. We were gonna make this our first date. Things happened from her end, things kind of happened from my end, and just the communication of it just wasn't my thing. I'm sorry, but the speed dating did not work out for me. It wasn't as big of a success as I thought it was gonna be, but I can definitely tell you it was definitely an experience. Would I do it again? I don't know. I think that I've learned a lot from myself on speed dating. I learned a lot about myself in terms of what I want to do going forward and start dating again. And it was definitely an experience, but I don't think I would do it again, to be honest. And if I would do it again, I'll definitely let you guys know why. But as of right now, I don't think I would do it again. And there you go, everybody. That was my full-on experience about speed dating, my update on speed dating. And I know there's a lot of people out there watching and cheering me on because they want me to fall in love, but I'm still looking. I'm not giving up hope, everybody. So if you know anybody, hey, hit me up. No, for reals though. But I'm not giving up on it. I am gonna still try and find that special woman, and if she comes into my life, then she comes into my life. So thank you for watching this vlog about me speed dating. As you know, my favorite quote in life is, "Why try so hard to fit in when you were born to stand out?"